Welcome to our world of Carib Asian cookery. I'm Sherrie Eugene Hart, and alongside my husband Patrick, we're going to take you on a culinary cultural adventure.
In this series, we'll explore the intoxicating fusion of Caribbean and Asian food and show you some of the recipes handed down by our mothers, Ruth and Rita. So, sit back and relax and enjoy the fusion. Hello and welcome to the Carib Asian Cookery Show, the programme where we bring you some of the recipes that we prepare for our own family here at home.
Yes, our Carib Asian recipes are from a fusion of the food we love from the Caribbean and from Asia, and things that we cook on a regular basis inspired by our mums.
That's right. I'm Patrick Hart.
And I am Sherrie Eugene Hart. So let's begin our culinary journey and tell you about our two dishes we're going to show you today, and a few more surprises in between.
Sure.
So let's begin.
Special vegetables. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do today is a take on the Jamaican patty and the Asian puff patty is what we used to call it, a curry puff. So it's going to be called a Carib Asian puff patty.
And your mum used to cook this all the time?
Absolutely, in odd shapes as well. So it's going to be puff pastry with seasoned minced meat with some onions and garlic and ginger in there as well.
And what mint are you using?
Minced lamb today.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
I think I'd like you to chop some garlic, some ginger, and I'll do the onions.
Okay.
And I'm also going to get some lamb from the fridge as well, minced lamb. Okay.
All right.
So you get the bits and I'll get the lamb.
Thank you. Ginger, garlic.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So
you've done your chopping course?
Shall I just... It took me a long time to learn how to do this. Do you want me to just chop them really small?
Yeah, pretty fine, but it doesn't matter. But the really important thing for this is the ginger has to be really fine. This is minced lamb, ½ kilo. You can use minced beef if you want to, or even turkey or other bits and pieces. Mild curry powder, that's important. We need to get some flavour in there. Often, I'll season stuff in the pan, but today I just want to season it actually in the bowl. So that's a heaped tablespoonful of mild curry powder. And this is just everyday seasoning. So we're going to, again, heaped teaspoon, tablespoon, should I say, of that. And because I'm using lamb today, just standard seasoning, some lamb seasoning we're going to use also. So, right in there.
I'm crying.
No, love, it's just because of the onions. Now, hands have been washed already. So let's mix this meat up with the seasoning, and in a second we're going to get onto the hob as well. Part of our Carib Asian cookery is always kind of enjoying your cooking and enjoying, smiling, having fun. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this to the hob in a second, but before I do that I'm going to need this ginger really finely chopped, onions finely chopped as well, and some garlic as well. Do you need a hand?
I'm going as fast as I can.
A little bit slow on the chopping today. Normally that's my department. So we're mixed up then. So basically ½ kilo of minced lamb, and with that we've got mild curry powder. If you like your stuff really hot, you can use very hot curry powder, and some just all-purpose seasoning in there as well, and a little bit of lamb seasoning. No salt, no pepper in there for now. Just those seasonings, and that will do for now. I always used to wonder if coriander cooks well. You know, once it's
I think it absolutely does.
But it does, and it gives you can smell that flavour already.
Flavours come
of
out.
the coriander. Okay, so.
And if you really like coriander, use more coriander. Simple.
I'm ready. Should we go to the hob?
Okay. Do you want me to come?
No.
Go on then.
Do it on my own. Okay, so we're on the hob. I want to just heat my pan to a medium heat and get some olive oil in there, and then we're going to get these bits and pieces, the garlic, the ginger, and the onion that Sherrie has cut. Sher, he says, you could be my sous chef, all right, just for today, okay? So we'll get this onions. I notice you sneak some coriander in there as well, but that's absolutely fine. Coriander, onions, garlic. Really important when we do this, don't burn the garlic. Really, really important. Now, we've seasoned the meat already, but I just want to season some of these as well, and I'm not going to measure it in, I'm going to sprinkle it in. This is everyday seasoning. Remember, there's a little bit of olive oil in there. This is mild curry powder. We've already put the curry powder into the minced lamb. I just want to brown these onions off really gently. And you can see just as it's cooking gently, flavours will come through. Literally 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes we need to do this for, until we're ready that we're sure that these onions are beginning to cook, and then we can drop the lamb in. Now lamb, in comparison to some of the other meats that we can mince, has got a lot of fat on it, so bear in mind there's going to be a lot of fat coming out of this. And we can raise the heat as well. This is going to provide the filling for our Carib Asian puff patties. We'll talk about pastry in a minute, but let's get this over with. So then, with this seasoned minced lamb for my Carib Asian puff patties, we're going to leave it for around 20 minutes to cook through. All the seasons, the spices are in there, and then we'll stir it maybe every 4 or 5 minutes, and we'll come back to it when it's done. So, our minced meats and our filling is ready. Look at those beautiful onions, all that seasoning with the herbs and spices in there. Already cooked, gas off. I'm going to move over there now, and we're going to get it ready to fill with these Carib Asian puff patties in a pastry. Mince has been cooked, and you need to make sure that we cool this mince down as well. Leave it for at least half an hour or so it's nice and cool. And then, this is the exciting bit. We're not making pastry. Bought from the shop. Basically,
I make mine.
Yes. So your job here, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. We haven't made this. Sometimes you just don't have time to do all that.
No, honestly, I do agree that sometimes this is a really good option. And when it comes to pastry, there's nothing wrong with this, I promise you. There's nothing wrong with
She's
this.
offended me already, so there's no point. You're not eating tonight. So, just some basic flour. And
Okay,
I bought 2 of these.
Yeah.
And just really rolling it out, and the thickness is quite important as well. Not too thin, because otherwise if we're going to make patties or puff patties or pasties, then the meat's just going to fall through it as we put it into the oven. So we're going to cut some weird shapes as well. Did you?
Why weird shapes?
Well, my mum used to always make what she called curry puffs, and the first time her debut was like a Christmas Eve. Instead of sausage rolls, it was curry puffs. After midnight mass, we came home and in the oven went these. We thought, what are they? Pasties. Beautiful flavour, curried mince with onions and spices. But she always used to cut them in odd shapes.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know whether she meant to cut them nice and straight. So I'm cool with the odd shapes. Are you ready?
Let's have a knife.
Have a knife.
Just squares like this?
Yeah, but that's big.
Too big?
That's big. So that's going to be a real big one.
No, well, I'll cut that in half, yeah?
Cut that in half. Okay. That's quite a nice shape. Let's just do one.
Okay.
Bring it over on this side.
Okay.
Okay. So are you gonna? And that's quite a thick pastry as well. But that's okay.
Tell me what to do. I really don't mind.
So here we go. So we're going to just put. It doesn't look very much when you're putting this filling in, but believe you me, it will be. And I need to get some milk. You carry on cutting those. And do you want to do this pastry as well? So I need to get a little bit of milk.
The thing is, when you cook something like this, with all the children, you know they're going to go really quickly. And I can imagine you, Patty, with 3 brothers, they must have gone like hot cakes.
4 boys in my family, absolutely right. And my dad as well, literally. You okay with that? So Sherrie, look. Today I asked my wife when she was shopping, if she could get a pastry brush. She forgot. Finger, milk. So we move around.
They didn't have any
Whatever.
in the grocer's shop.
You try the supermarket or a hardware shop.
You know I don't like supermarkets very well. Not that there's anything wrong with supermarkets, but I do like shopping in local stores.
Mr. Singh.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start getting worried about you and Mr. Singh. So, I folded this over, okay. We've sealed it. And one of the things I'm going to do, the way that I do it is like this, literally with a fork, just press it down, and that will seal it. And once I put them in the pan, in the oven pan, I'll probably give it a little stab there. I'll probably just baste it a little bit. Have we got a pan somewhere? We're going to get that pan. Put that one in, keep it over here. I reckon out of this, how many have we got? Maybe 15. That's quite a lot in there.
All right.
The loveliest bit is when they come out of the oven, because you just want to eat them straight away. And it's different from a Jamaican patty, because the Jamaican patties are quite, the pastry is very, what kind of pastry is used in a Jamaican patty?
You know, I don't know the name of it, but curry powder is included in it, and that's what gives it the colour.
Okay, because it's a very, it's a smooth and it's a heavy pastry. So for me, I didn't want that. I wanted that feeling you get when you have a sausage roll. That nice soft feel, and that's what these are. So you've got really nice seasoned meat. Do you want another fork? Really nice seasoned meat.
I could do with some mint, please.
And a light pastry. Sharon, here we are, look.
You do
now,
it nice.
Because somebody forgot
the
glazing brush, we're just going to use fingers, and I want to glaze them just a little bit. Put a little bit of milk. You can do yours if you want on your side, yeah. A little bit of milk on those, and anybody knows it does bakery. It just shines it basically, and gives it a really nice finish. Now these need to go into the oven, I would say, on a medium heat. Sherrie doesn't do gas marks and conversions and stuff, so I'll try it.
I did work something out.
What?
Gas mark 6.
Yeah, I'd say 5.5. All right, gas mark
6.
Gas mark 5.5, or something like 200 degrees on an electric oven, or if it's fan assisted, go down to 180. Because the worst thing you want to do is to crunch these up and burn them. All you want them is to be nice and golden brown and flaky. So I'm quite excited to see how they're going to turn out.
Brilliant.
Let's put them in the oven.
Yeah. Pat and myself are going to go through chicken now, chili plum sauce, and some roti.
So this is your recipe. I don't really know anything about this one.
But you can help me. You can help me. Okay. So
Where
we're
do we
going to start with the chicken and the seasoning.
Okay.
And I also need some onions and some garlic chopped, please.
Okay.
So this chicken is basically a whole chicken. It's been skinned and washed. And I know people talk about washing chicken. Should you or shouldn't you? I actually can't help it. I have to. But I've asked the butcher to chop it up for me. And all I'm going to do is cleanse it now with lemon. Always start with cleansing with lemon, and for me it's almost as if it cleans the chicken, but it also, yeah, I get those out. Yeah,
you're gonna get it out?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
So you know, even that, and the smell is just lovely.
So what exactly does the lemon juice do?
I think it cleanses the chicken. It also flavours it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need mild curry powder.
Yeah.
And some everyday seasoning and chicken seasoning.
Now, do you want measurements? Can I encourage you? Because many of our viewers, this is going to be the sticking point. How much do I put in? I don't want it to be too hot or whatever. Weight-wise, how much chicken do we have, do you think?
Half a kilo.
Okay, half a kilo of chicken. So, there's your spoon. At least we can talk in tablespoons then.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, we have to compromise, you see. All right, I would say, okay, that's 1.5. All right, curry powder.
It's really important to know that we never cook in the kitchen
Together
normally. Just for you, we're in here.
All right, that's about 2 everyday seasonings.
Yep.
And
chicken
then
seasoning?
Just bog standard chicken seasoning. All these from my friend Mr. Singh from SSA World of Spice. So very similar to the mince that you used. Use your hands, get involved, you know, really get the marinade into the meat. And once again, ideally, if you do this the night before, it will taste even better. Now, this isn't a curry, but you can easily, this is the basis of the curry in terms of the seasonings I've used. And very basic, a very basic curry. And I would need some garlic now.
Sorry, I'm a bit slow with my garlic
right.
chopping. Do you want to put it on there and then you can maybe chop some up? I'm not very good at garlic. I can do onions.
All right, let's have some onions, please.
And you normally smash your garlic, don't you? I don't do that.
I do. I think when you smash the garlic, the flavour comes out easier. But it's just choice.
How do you want these onions?
In just like that, really.
Yeah.
To be honest,
So
yeah,
just
it's not
quite
a problem.
coarse.
And then just cut them again, just the other side. Right, I think we're pretty much there. So that is, can I have a bit of that, please? Actually, I'll have that one. You're a gent.
If you've ever been bossed around in the kitchen, call this number now. You might think I'm crying because of the onions, but I'm just quite upset.
I'm going to invite you over to the hob, okay? We're going to fry this off. It's not a curry. It's going to be a dry, very flavoursome, full of lovely smells and aromas. And we're going to serve this with a bit of salad.
And a really nice dip.
A nice chili plum dip with some roti. Okay. Okay. So, started heating the hob. Just a little bit of olive oil. And you know, so many people, quite rightly so, use ghee. And there's nothing wrong with ghee, because you can cook ghee to a really high heat and it won't burn. Olive oil, of course, will burn. So I'm going to add the chicken very quickly so that the chicken and the olive oil can blend. So the idea is for this to just simmer down. I'll keep checking it from time to time. And remember, it's not a curry, it's going to be dry chicken to go with our roti and our lovely salad and chili plum dip. So I'll leave that. And Patty, I think you might want to check on the patties.
Yeah, we'll go for it now.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, they look perfect.
You liking that?
Yeah, they look perfect.
I'm a happy badger, you know.
You did good.
Yeah.
All right. So next on the menu is our Caribbean chili plum sauce. I'm actually going to use 3 different types of chili. Okay, this one is the hottest. It's Scotch bonnet, and to be honest, all of them have a lot of heat to them. If you take the seeds out, less heat. Keep the seeds in, very hot. I'm going to keep the seeds in. So I'm just going to chop them up really small. Okay. I'll put a little bit of olive oil just to start to loosen that. Put your chilies in. Start frying them gently. Oh, that smells good. And then I'm going to use plum jam. This is actually plum chutney. You can buy it anywhere. This one, again, from Mr. Singh, SSA House of Spice. It says plum chutney, but it's actually jam if you taste it. Okay, now be generous with this because it does have the pips in. We don't want the pips, we want the sauce. Okay, mix that round, and already that's looking good, and the smells are starting to come out. I also am going to use a bit of vinegar, just a splash of vinegar. Some rice wine vinegar. You could use one or the other. I'm using both. And I'm going to use some 5 spice soy sauce. Okay, let's just pick that up. And look at that, you can see the plum pips. Alright, and the more I cook it, the more it lets out the liquid, the fluid.
Okay, so these are the puff patties, okay? Caribbean, Asian puff patties. My name's Patrick. Patty, get it? But they're puff pastry as well. So I'm going to put these on different shapes and sizes. And while I'm doing that, Sherrie's going to get the roti and the chicken as well. Can I steal some of this?
Yeah, please, yeah.
So what is
absolutely.
this here?
I knew you were going to ask that. You know, I honestly can't remember the name of it.
Ask Mr. Singh. We're going to have to... Can I try some?
Yeah, it's good for salad.
That's really nice, you know. It's like, that's this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a beetroot. It's like a white beetroot, so slightly spicy, or maybe even a radish.
Yes, like radish.
That's really good. So we'll just put a little bit of onion on here, a little bit of tomato, some garnish, and we'll get some coriander over the top there.
And remember, this is really, really hot.
Remember to make your cooking experience fun and use fresh ingredients with plenty of seasoning and spice.
Yeah, and don't forget, don't be afraid to experiment in the kitchen. Try new things, just like we have. Your friends and your family will love you for it.
So join us next time when we'll bring you more Carib Asian recipes. Our gift from us to you. See you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you want some chicken?
Come on.
If you want to try some of Pat and Sherrie's recipes at home, the Carib Asian Cookery book, Recipes in Rhymes, is out now. Available online and from all good bookstores.